Vote, vote, vote. It's obvious the Republican Party's views don't align with what the majority of Americans want. They have no answer for inflation. The same exact mess would have happened right now if Trump were in office. Republicans have no plan to target inflation. GOP voted against. 197 Republicans voted against helping out with the baby formula shortage. Republicans voted against helping starving babies. The Republican Senate is blocking any sensible gun control legislation. The Republican Party is working for the killers more than they're working for the kids. The vast majority of Americans want common sense gun reforms. Percent of people who favor these measures: background checks on all buyers, 81%. Federal red flag laws, which allows a person, such as a family member, a school official, an employee, or a police officer, to go into court and secure an order from a court requiring the police to seize guns from someone who's demonstrated that they're a threat to themselves or others. A nationwide ban on AR-15 semi-automatics, 62%. The majority of Americans want something done about this along party lines. 88% of Democrats support background checks. Independently minded, support what the Democrats want. Republicans, well, 74%, because we already require background checks so felons don't own guns. Well, owning a gun is already treated as a privilege under the law. Federal red flag laws. Democrats, 84%. Independents, more in aligning with the Democratic Party. Common sense reform. You don't need a gun in the hands of someone who is mentally unstable. Ronald Reagan got rid of all the mental health wards. Ronald Reagan and the GOP are to blame. The Libertarian Party is to blame for favoring the liberty of a mentally unhinged lunatic to own a gun over the liberty of everyone else around them to not have their life in jeopardy of a mental lunatic who has his hands on the gun. Republicans completely demented. Mentally unhinged lunatics should own guns because, it's their freedom. It's not about the freedom of others around to not be safe, to not have their life threatened by a mental lunatic owning a gun. Semi-automatics, AR-15, well, AR-15 ban. Independents, more in line with the Democrats. 20% difference between Democrats and independents. Over 30% difference between the lunatic Republicans who think people should be owning military-style weapons. You have to load your gun every time you shoot. A semi-automatic, it's boom, 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 boom. It's no mystery that less AR-15s means less kids die. Debates about guns are influenced by people's stances on political partisanship. That is completely true. It is politicizing the Second Amendment with the NRA. They're taking away your guns. They're taking away your guns. They're taking away your guns. It's not about taking everyone's guns. It's about limiting the amount of guns for people who are mentally unsafe to own a gun. That is the constitutional right that we're dealing with. Owning a gun is already treated as a privilege under the law. They think it's by group identities, race and culture, public safety, 53%. It is more influenced by groups like the NRA. That is why the majority of people know that the Republican Party is the reason why there are no sensible gun laws. Donald Trump got rid of the mental health requirements for the background checks while he was in office. Most people believe the Republican Party is in the pockets of the NRA, that they won't do anything about it. Because most people say that we can't prevent mass shootings if we try to identify the issue and tackle it and stop it if we really can. It's their freedom. It's part of our marine society. It is his right to own a gun. It's part of living in a free society. under 30%. So much for democracy. Why does the U.S. have more mass shootings than many other countries? Well, duh. More guns per capita will mean more gun deaths. Guns don't kill. Access to guns is what kills. 54%. There's more people with mental health issues, 47%. Antidepressants, pharmaceuticals, getting rid of the mental health wards. Influence of video games, there's a perception, but there's no evidence that a exposure to video games causes mass shootings. No evidence. Racial division, 37%. But check out the black on black crimes. Check out white on whites. More shootings happen to people that they know. Top things Democrats say would do a lot to help prevent mass shootings. More background checks, banning semi-automatics, more red flag laws. So, well, if you suspect your family member is a danger, you can get a court order to prevent them from owning or accessing a gun. And better mental health screening and treatment. The top things the right wing want: better mental health screening treatment, and both parties agree with that. More police and armed guards. Oh, what a joke. Did they not see Scott Peterson? He didn't do anything about it. Did they see the Uvalde police? They didn't do anything. Religion, faith, God. More secular Europe doesn't have all these mass shootings. Allowing more law-abiding citizens to carry guns. Well, that's a good thing. Just be sure that there's not a law-abiding, mentally unhinged individual openly carrying a gun, because he doesn't have a criminal record, but he just may not be on the right side mentally. Most people agree U.S. would be safer if fewer people had guns, 46%. Everyone more had guns, 25%. The access to guns is the issue. Doesn't matter, 28%. Right wing. Who cares? It's about their freedom. Democrats see that the access to guns is the problem. Republicans are stubborn. More people had guns. What if you get in a fight in road rage? You're wanting to use your little toy for a reason, huh? They want this to be like the Wild Wild West. Completely crazy. Most Americans think the minimum age to purchase an AR-15 should be 21. Well, Texas, it was 18. They could have raised the age 21 after Sandy Hook, but it didn't happen. 25 plus, 45%, 21 plus, 32%. So 77% think that you should be at least 21 years of age. The lunatics who think people without developed brains at the impulse to own guns, 15%. Most people demand the Republican Party to raise the minimum age to purchase a gun to 21. But nope, they're under the pocket of the NRA. What's changed from May 22nd to now? Keep it as it is. More strict. Somewhat of a difference. Likelihood of Congress passing new gun laws. We've lost faith in this because the Republican Party is owned by the NRA. We absolutely know this. It's a giant joke. It's a giant joke when billionaires in the NRA are allowed to politicize the Second Amendment. And no one is saying they're taking away your gun, limiting the access to guns and military-style weapons. Get out and vote. Your future depends on it. Want to be ruled by a right-wing fascist party or center-right Republicans? Center-right Republicans equals more sensibility, more reason. Reason, but corrupted by big money in pharmaceuticals and weapon industries and all that.